Hi everybody, my name is Mrs McNeil. I'm a childcare teacher who will be teaching you on this course should you choose it as an option alongside Mrs Bryan, who's the other childcare teacher. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what childcare is all about, just in case you're thinking of choosing it as an option but not really sure what it entails, just so that you can get a good idea of whether or not it's the right course for you. So this qualification is a level 2 qualification. We'll cover it all the way through from year 9 all the way to year 11. And then if you really enjoyed it and it's something that you wanted to do in the future, you can then continue this into sixth form and do the level 3 course as well. But we'll talk about that a little bit later on. So this qualification will give you a basic understanding of why it's important how to care for children and why it's important, and how these things can really help shape the children's future. It can help you to understand how children grow and develop, how they learn, how to protect children and keep them from harm and make sure that you can keep them really safe whilst looking after them, how to value and respect children and their families, and then how children are cared for in a variety of different settings. And the different settings that we'll talk about will be covered in this first unit that you're going to be doing, which is an introduction to working with children. And we're looking at the different settings that children can attend, such as things like nurseries, childminders, preschools, primary schools, things like that. So you'll understand how to prepare for working with placement. Now, you're not going to be working in placement with children during this course. However, if you do choose to do this in sixth form or at college or somewhere like that, you will be expected to go on placement and work with children, which is really exciting. So what we're going to cover in this unit is how you can prepare for working with children, and why it's important to make sure that you have appropriate dress code, things like behaviour, good timekeeping, and having a really good positive attitude, and how that's important. You'll also learn about the responsibilities and limits of early years workers. You'll understand the individual needs and the necessity for fairness and inclusive practice, and why it's really important to make sure all children are included. You'll also get to know your own personal learning style and study skills, and study skills are really important things to have when studying, to make sure that you're studying to the best of your ability. The next unit you'll be learning about is the development of wellbeing of children 0 to 5 years old, and for this we're going to talk all the way through each area of development, from physical, intellectual, emotional, social, and language development as well, from birth to 5 years old. We'll also understand the importance of observations, carrying out observations, which is something that early years workers do to children in different settings, just to make sure that they're developing as they should be, and why that's important. We'll look at all the different observation methods and how to carry out observations, and you'll get a go at doing that as well. You'll also understand different factors that can affect children's development. Sometimes things can happen to children, or children can have problems that can cause their development to be delayed a little bit, and we'll look at that. Understand how to use everyday care routines and activities to support independence, health, safety and well-being. And then we'll also learn about transitions that children can go through and the impact of these transitions. So things like moving from one school to another, maybe moving from nursery to a primary school, and also things like potty training and different milestones like that they might be experiencing, and why it's important to be there for children, and how you can make sure you can be there as an early years worker. So how will you be assessed? So units 1 and 2 are coursework based subjects, so you'll be doing coursework for those subjects, and then once you get into year 11 you'll be doing an exam based on all the information that we've covered in units 1 and 2. And the exam, you will get 2 opportunities for doing that, once in the winter and then once again in the summer, and whichever one you've got the best grade for, you'll keep that grade, just so we can get the best opportunity of getting the best mark for you. Okay, so you get a really good mark for that. What can you do after completing this course? Well, as I said earlier, you can go on to sixth form to do the level 3 course. This is a full-time course. You get to work on placement, as I said earlier. And then if you successfully complete that course, you can then go on to university, and then you can, if you wanted to, and you could perhaps become choose to become a teacher or a nurse or something like that. We've had lots of students previously who've done the level 3 course who've gone on to doing teaching, nursing, social work and things like that as well. So thank you for listening to this video, and I hope this has given you a good idea and a good understanding of whether or not this is the perfect option for you. Good luck, and I hope to see you in September.